Well, hello there. Yeah, it's me, Gary, back again. Don't know when to quit. Well, I got a motto for you. Here's my motto: lose not thine airspeed, lest the earth rise up and smite thee. That is, lose not thine airspeed, lest the earth rise up and smite thee. That's good. I've been following this motto ever since I first saw it in my private pilot handbook in 1966, and I put it on my desk all the time I was in the Air Force, so everybody had to read it, and it's always been my motto: don't lose your airspeed, because the earth is going to rise up and smite you. Okay. So I also have a picture made up, or whatever you want to call it, an icon or whatever. I'm going to use for a whatever. So there that is. So now a little topic here: niche, or is it niche? I don't care a whole lot. It's just that I've always heard niche. You don't. If you gotta find your niche if you want to really get it right. So we're gonna find the niche or niche, and they're gonna get fancy like it's from France, and they're gonna or somewhere and say niche. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna say niche. And so that's a niche. That is a specialty. So at my ripe old age, I am 82, pressing 83, and I'll be 83 in February. And so guess what my niche is? My niche is flying airplanes. That's what I've done all of my life. And another point I forgot, my wife pointed out to me in watching my video. She says, I spent 7 years of my life as a photographer editing a magazine, a 40-page magazine, and it was for the professional photographers of California. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that, but I was president of the Professional Photographers of San Diego. Well, I thought that was pretty cool, huh? I thought so. Professional Photographers of San Diego County. Wow. Yeah, then there was the Professional Photographers of California. I was president of that. Professional Photographers of the state of California. Cool. Well, the last 7 years I spent doing this magazine, and it was a 40-page magazine. I had to do everything to get all the advertising for it, the layout, the design, everything. There was nobody else to help me. But, I enjoyed it, and I wanted to do it. They paid me a little something to keep it going. So that didn't hurt either. So I'm going to talk a little bit about flying now. Radio calls, talking on the radio. You want to be short and sweet, okay? So the number one response on the radio is usually Roger that. I understand. So that's simple. Then there's no joy, tally ho, no joy. No joy, I can't see them. No joy, looking. When the controller calls out, we got a bogey at 2 o'clock. Oh, tally ho, I got him. He's mine, don't worry. Tally ho, no joy, tally ho. Short and sweet. Then they'll ask you, if they can't have trouble hearing you, they'll say, "How do you read? How do you read?" And they're not asking, "Can you read?" No, they're saying, "How do you read? Do you understand? Can you hear?" Well, the old response used to be 5 by 5, 5 by 5, loud and clear, 5 by 5, 3 by 2. It's pretty clear, pretty loud, fairly loud, and kind of garbled, really garbled, loud and clear. 5 by 5, not too good. 3 by 2, whatever. 2 by 2, 3 by 4, whatever. So now we're talking about now what were some of the things that the airplane does when you're flying, or what you'd cause the airplane to do. You're going to shoot a touch and go. You're going to land, you're going to roll out, flaps up, raise the power, put the power in, and go. Touch and go. You don't stop. Then you'll have a stop and go. You land, come to a stop, and then you'll go ahead and clean it up, flaps up, power in, take off. All in the runway. You never leave the runway. Then we had, yes, we did a low approach. We did that low approach. We're going to low approach, come down. We're going to come down, and then you're going to get near the runway, and then you're going to put power in, and you're going to clean it up, flaps up, and take off and fly. And that's a low approach. And then there's a short approach. Short approach. Normally you'll enter the pattern, you'll fly downwind, base, turn final, and you'll land. But sometimes they'll want to get you in ahead of about 3 other airplanes, and there's room to do it. They'll ask, "Are you capable of a short approach?" Roger. No problem, yeah. Okay, cleared for short approach. Then you will turn base early and steeper, and you'll make your landing out of that. Or if you lost an engine, had an emergency of some sort, and you need to make a short approach. Then let's see what else. Okay, then there's a matter when you're flying along and you're with your student, you're the instructor, and you want to say, I have the airplane, I'm going to demonstrate something. You say, "I have it." And he says, "You have it." And you say, "I have it." Do you think you got the message on that? You think so? I think so. So what we did in the Air Force was very simple. We just shake the stick. Shake the stick. Student lets go. Instructor demonstrates. Short and sweet. It worked. But no, now we got to say, "I've got it. You got it. I've got it." It's very wordy. Only, just use that on a check ride. If you're trying to impress a check pilot that you know everything just the way it's supposed to be done, then you'll say that. Sometimes the conditions will not permit you to go through all that verbiage. You'll just grab the airplane and go. That's when an instructor sees a problem. Well, I was going into Hemet one day, coming into the pattern, coming in on the 45 to a downwind, and the student said, "Sir, we have a traffic of 10 o'clock and he's headed this way." And I said, "Oh, really? Where?" "Oh, that's close." Okay, grab the wheel, pull, go. Pull and go, whoom, we're gone. And there was no problem. We didn't have a collision, nothing happened, everything was fine. Good. This is where we get into rules and regulations. This is when the drones started getting rules and regulations to follow. You can't fly an airplane, have a drone, and have it go out of sight. You have to have it in sight all the time. Or an observer has it all the time. And that's good because rules and regulations, they make flying a little safer for people. So then they have a voice recorder. Somebody got a brilliant idea of installing a voice recorder in the radio. So the voice recorder will go ahead and record a saying. And I've never used it, but if you have it and you can use it, then do it. Especially if somebody's reading you a clearance and it's a wordy clearance and you want to remember it the first time, you can replay the clearance. Normally, the controller in the tower has control over traffic. However, the final say rests with the pilot in command. The pilot in command. That means you're in command. And if he gives you, if the guy in the tower tells you to do something, you say, no, I can't do that. That would not be wise. So you're going to take it and you're going to fly your airplane as safe as can be, and whatever you're going to do with it, you're going to do. And that's then, if the controller in the tower says, well, I'm going to violate you, you're going to get a violation, fine, violate me, live it up. We're going ahead and land. We're going to land. And then this has happened. Well, anyway, I think that's about our time, 15 minutes. So I want to thank you for staying in and listening. And I hope I see you again next time. And this is Gary. I'm telling you, hang in there. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. And see you next time.